Must be for pages we are starting after a small break. Okay. I'll just start with a small scenario and then we'll continue with the remedy. Actually, I wanted this to come first, but there's some issue with the animation. But what I wanted you to understand is, kindly focus on the left side of the PPT, the image part. Okay. And what do you see on the image left side? Okay, you see twitching. Good. Anything else other than twitching? Only twitching or something other than twitching? See, twitching is one thing, and you also see, what I basically wanted to tell you is you'll observe involuntary movements. Okay. Now, basically, I wanted to ask what a chorea is. Medically, what do you mean by chorea? Fine. That's what I wanted to ask. This is better. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Involuntary. Okay. There is involuntary movement. Yes, agreed. Okay. In chorea, we'll be observing involuntary movement, and mainly the muscles are involved. Okay. And what you also see is the nerves which supply the muscles. The basic problem is there. Okay. So it is something to do with the CNS. There are different type of chorea. We will not look at that. It's not the medicine class. But I just wanted to brief you, telling that chorea, what you see here is, chorea is an involuntary movement disorder that causes irregular muscle movements. It occurs due to overactivity of dopamine in the brain, which can have many causes. Okay. And I just briefed you, it's a material class, so we are not going more into the details. Okay. But the idea of bringing this image and the idea of introducing you to the term chorea has some meaning. Okay. Now, what I want from you is, being a PG student, what are all the remedies we have in our materia medica for chorea? Very good. Zincum, agaricus, beautiful, agreed. Zincum, agaricus, Mygale, yeah, many spiders, especially Mygale, agreed. Then Cuprum, Artemisia vulgaris, yes, it's out there. Cicuta, good, Cicuta. I mean, I was just looking into the repertory, or I just wanted to know, I wanted you to recall the other homeopathic remedies and which you have already done. Agaricus, Artemisia vulgaris, Calcarea, Causticum, Cicuta, Cuprum, Ignitia, okay, Mygale, Stramonium, Tarantula, and you see many more dots. There are huge number of remedies given in your repertoire. Where do you see for chorea in repertoire? Okay, so it is seen under generalities. Okay, fine. So each of the remedy will have its own characteristic chorea. We will not go into all that because it's time consuming. But my focus is on one remedy. I was reading the literature yesterday before the class, and there's something very unique, there is something very peculiar about the chorea that we are going to discuss. Now, from the Google image I have taken, what do you understand from this? What do you understand from this? It's a very simple icon. Okay, keeping hands in pocket. So I was reading the literature where one stalwart had shared a case of chorea quite only when he puts his hand in the pocket. Are you getting the situation? He's got chorea, fine, he's got these movements, but once he puts his hand in his pocket, the chorea stops. The moment he takes out the hand from his pocket, again he starts with chorea. So this is the typical situation you have. And when you look at the remedy in your repertoire, there is only one remedy in our homeopathic materia medica, right? Which has chorea quite only when hands are in pocket. When hands are in pocket, they feel comfortable. Single remedy. And it is contributed by a very renowned person. It is seen in, it is given in Fatak's Materia Medica. When you read Fatak's Materia Medica, okay, very reliable Materia Medica, you have this particular thing coming up. Okay. Now, any wild guess? I mean, many have done this remedy in your UG. If you have heard this, I mean, it's a very simple remedy. In case if you don't remember, then I will unfold the remedy that we are going to discuss. Huh? Zincum, very good. Possible, it could be zincum, but it is not zincum. No issues. Huh? Any other remedy that you can think of? Yes, the remedy is Asterias Rubens. Now, you knew I am doing Asterias Rubens. But see, that is the beauty. That is the beauty, because I wanted to enter with something that you are not aware. You know, the beauty of teaching, the beauty of a teacher is build up a surprise. Don't immediately, I mean, when you become teachers tomorrow, don't immediately put a picture of starfish and say, today I am going to teach starfish. But before you enter there should be some build up. Okay? Fine? So what Muni sir would talk about set induction. In the teaching methodology, he would talk of set induction. Fine? Okay? How do you make the class interesting? Fine? And there was one more word, entry behavior. Because this is a PG class and Asterias Rubens is already done in UG. Okay, so what first hand information you have about Asterias Rubens is the entry behavior. So all the potential teachers tomorrow, don't get confused between these two words. Set induction and entry behavior. Set induction is how you make the class interesting. Okay. How you build up. Fine. And the entry behavior is what is the knowledge the learner already has about the topic. Fine. For example, your Asterias is already done in UG. Okay. So from my PG class of Asterias, what is expected is you will expect something that you have not learnt, or you will expect something that is an extension of your UG learning. You getting my point? So when I am teaching for a PG, I should remember that you already know this remedy in UG and I will have to talk little higher. Like for example, this entry that we took here, like Korea better by keeping hands in pocket. That is something you are not aware. But must be you are aware, you forgot, that's secondary. So what we will do is we will try to explore Asterias Rubens. Fine. Now Asterias Rubens, because it's already done in UG, what do you feel? What do you remember about Asterias Rubens? Yes. Must be if I have told you a lady with CA breast left side, then all of you would have shouted Asterias. But I did not do that. Done? Okay, no issues. So it's a very good remedy for CA. We will explore that area. Apart from CA, what else? Lymphangitis. Okay, we look at it. Acne, yeah. Shalaka is talking about acne. Good. Anything else in Asterias? Okay, there is also constipation. You will be seeing the slides which will be following a little later. Now Asterias as a remedy. Okay. We homeopaths, we don't take the credit of introducing Asterias into the medical field. And if you go back to your first year UG classes, majority of the remedies that we have used in homeopathy, they already had some medicinal properties. I hope I am clear. We did not randomly pick up remedies and we did not randomly start proving remedies. There was already, if you go back to the sources of homeopathic materia medica, they were already using, fine, and then we took them and we started proving them according to the homeopathic principles and we came out with our materia medica. Similarly, Asterias we homeopaths did not introduce. Asterias as a medicine if you just look back, I'll come back to this a little later. Starfish was used by Hippocrates in uterine diseases. It was also an ancient remedy for epilepsy. Okay? So now this piece of information is very important. Why do you feel this is important? Why do you feel this is important? We are trying to verify through our provings if Asteria is acting on the nervous system or if Asteria has any action on the female genitalia. Okay. Coincidentally, in my next slide, you will be seeing that Asteria has a beautiful action on both these areas. Right? Okay. So Hippocrates spoke of Asteria long ago, and Asteria is nothing but Asterias Rubens is nothing but our starfish, and the common name is red starfish, and the part we used is the entire tincture of the whole fish. Okay, this is the basic information which for a PG student it may not matter much, but what becomes important is we have set some objectives. Next 25 minutes, next 30 minutes, what is it that we are going to discuss, okay, related to Asteria in this particular class. So what are the objectives that we have set? At the end of this session, the learner will be able to, I have kept it very simple, I have kept only 3 small objectives, giving lot of scope for discussion. Okay, we have only 2 objectives set. The first very important objective for a PG student this afternoon will be, where do you see Asterias Rubens acting? And that is nothing but the sphere of action. And one step ahead, acting on these particular organs, what is it producing? So we are looking at the sphere of action and pathogenesis of Asterias Rubens. First objective. Okay. Second very important objective is a, what is it? Not a very well proved remedy. But if you look into the source books, you have good amount of information. So I'll try to, mix all the information that I have taken, and through my way of teaching, I'll make things easier for you. Okay. So what is it I was trying to tell you here is, we are looking at what is peculiar, what is unique, what is uncommon, what is characteristic in Asculus. Okay, sorry, Asterias Rubens. List the characteristic symptoms of Asterias Rubens, and very important for a PG student is, we are trying to compare. Okay. Now whatever characteristic symptoms I am trying to give you, that we are trying to compare. Okay. So compare related remedies. So post-lunch session will have ample opportunity for discussion. Okay. So hope the objectives are clear. Done. So we'll straight away take up the first objective, and that was sphere of action and pathogenesis. So Asteria basically acts on head and brain, first area, and it causes severe congestion. Acting on the head and brain, it causes severe congestion. First, we'll explore this a little later. And second area is the nervous system. What made you think of nervous system? Korea. We started with Korea, and we also saw in the ancient times, starfish was used as a remedy for people who are suffering with epilepsy. Okay. So indirectly we are getting a clue that it is a remedy which acts on the nervous system. And through provings we have confirmed it. Now what will it exactly do acting on the nervous system? It can cause it causes excitement. Excitation. Okay, good. It can cause neuralgia. It can cause chorea, and it can cause epilepsy. Okay. Excitement of the nerves, excitement of the nervous system, leading to neuralgia, chorea, and epilepsy. Okay. So this is the second area where you see Asterias Rubens acting. The third, again we saw this. Hippocrates was using this remedy for uterine complaints. So you also see this remedy acting on the uterus. We'll explore this a little later, but what I want you to remember is it causes increased sexual desire. It causes increased sexual desire. And the last area I want you to remember here is jade. Okay? And I want to be very clear and very specific that Asterias Rubens has a specific action on the lower bowel. You don't see upper GI getting affected in Asterias Rubens. The lower GI gets affected, and what is it that you see here is Tino was talking of constipation. So you see constipation, which is very, very peculiar. We'll discuss that. So these are the 4 areas one has to remember, when you think of Asterias Rubens. Very important, because the entire class of ours will depend upon this particular slide. Okay? Fine. So any doubts, please feel free. It's an important slide. Glands, fine. Memory gland. Okay. But it will come under characteristic symptoms. But sphere of action, this being a not very well proved remedy. Okay. For that matter, even you see this acting on the skin, it will cause ulcers. Okay. Glands. And specifically it has an action on the memory gland. So that's why it is not mentioned. But we will definitely take up under characteristic symptom, because it is very important. Very important. Okay. See, one more way of looking at starfish is, what is starfish? I mean, it's a fish, no? One more way of looking at is, you can look at from the Pisces. Correct? Yes or no? So what are all the common remedies belonging to the fish family? Sepia, murex. Okay, fine. Commonly, sepia, murex. And of course, you can also add starfish. Fine? Asterias Rubens. So there again you see the action. Fine? Action on the uterus. And probably as a PG scholar, you should also focus tomorrow. How is sepia, how is murex, and how is Asterias Rubens different? So this will help you in differentiating sepia. What will happen in sepia? There is decreased desire. What will happen in murex? There is increased desire. And the area acting on nerves, what will murex do? Does murex has an action on the nerve or no? So all these things will help us in differentiating, which we'll take it up a little later. Okay? That's why I'm trying to tell you, this slide is very, very important. Done? So assuming you have understood this, I have clubbed 2 objectives. See, we had kept only 3 objectives for today. Correct, Anna? So I am clubbing 2 objectives so that it will become easy for you. Now what are those 2 objectives? One is characteristic symptom and second one is comparison. Okay. So you had already shared few characteristic symptoms. Yeah, can somebody quickly recall the characteristic symptoms? One was cancer of breast. Okay, so good. My first thing is very important for you. This side affinity of Asterias Rubens. Okay? It is predominantly a left-sided remedy. Okay? When I say it is predominantly a left-sided remedy, as a PG scholar, you should also recall all those left-sided remedies from your UG or PG syllabus. So can I have some quick names? Tuja is left-sided, that's good. Lachesis, Spigelia, very good. Laccan. Okay, Laccan, generally they will have shifting, wandering. That is a hallmark in Laccan. It's not specific to one specific side. When it keeps going from one area to another, that's where you can think of Laccan. Okay, any other remedies? Colocin. Natron. Yes, agreed. Sulfur. Many of your, carbons, graphites, creosote. The metal we were talking the other day, for example, platina is left-sided. Fine. So, there are good number of remedies mentioned in your repertory, mentioned in your materia medica, which are left-sided. Okay, for example, you see argentum, asarum, clematis, crocus, historical remedy, euphrasia, graphites, creosote, lacasis, sulfur, stramonium, selenium, sepia, even allium sipa, if you remember. What is the speciality in allium sipa? What is the speciality in allium sipa? It starts on the left side and it then goes to the right side. That is where it is compared to lacasis. Okay. But lacasis is a wider remedy. In allium sipa, it is limited only to the nostrils. Nasal complaint starts on left and goes to the right. Allium sipa. Fine? Okay. So, the question that comes up next is, we have given you so many remedies acting on the left hand side. Now, what is that? That is a left-sided affection in Asterias Rubens. Fine. So, mainly the breast complaints. The breast complaints is what you see in Asteria, which is left-sided. Okay. Fine. So, it's a left-sided remedy. Predominantly a left-sided remedy. So, moving ahead, what you also have to remember here is, what is this? What was it used for? Epilepsy. Epilepsy. See, each of us have a different way of looking at epilepsy, different way of treating epilepsy. What are all the common things on which what are the points you need to remember when you are treating a patient with epilepsy? Okay, ailments from? Okay, before what happens, during what happens, after what happens, very good, agreed. Then anything else? Anything else? Aura. What do you mean by aura? Yeah, what is it? Aura is an indication. Okay. When put aura is an indication. Aura is something that will tell you. Huh? Yeah, it's an alarm. It tells, yeah, next I'll be getting an epileptic attack. Okay. So, what I'll do is, because we are talking of a remedy called as Asteria, so we look at remedies which have a specific or a peculiar aura. For example, confusion. Confusion before convulsion. That is an aura. Okay. A patient is confused. Okay. And after that, he will end up with convulsions. And every time he or she would have observed that, sir, there is a state of confusion and then I have this. So when she is getting confused, it is an alarm that next she can go into a convulsion. So we have only one remedy. We have only one remedy in our materia medica which has confusion before convulsions. It's already there, sorry. Okay. I was looking at Netra. Netra said, I didn't look at the PPT. I was looking at Netra. Netra said lacasis. I was very happy. But anyway, she genuinely told, no sir, it's already there. Chalo, no issues. So confusion before convulsion. Single remedy we have is lacasis. Similarly, blindness. Okay, a person before convulsion, he becomes blind. Not a permanent blindness. It's a transient thing. It's a temporary thing and he will come back. Now what is that remedy? Again a single remedy. This time it is not there on the PPT. So the remedy is cuprum. Blind before convulsions is cuprum, again a single remedy. And noises in ear. Okay, tinnitus, noises in ear before convulsion. Okay. So here you have 4 remedies mentioned in the repertory: sulfur, hyoscyamus, belladonna, and cicuta. Okay. See, this class we are not focusing on the character of conversion. I'll come to it in the next slide. You'll understand why I'm talking about aura. What happens before conversion is what I'm trying to focus here, because there's something very interesting in Asterias Rubens. That's why I have prepared this. So confusion, blind, noises in ears, or eructations. So an intelligent patient or an intelligent attendant, she will have eructations. Again, a single remedy what you have is lachesis. Lachesis. Fine. Fear. Fear is an aura. Okay. And some 4 remedies you have. 3 remedies: argentum, natrum mure, and cuprum. Okay. And yeah, this should be easy for you. Aura felt in heart. Aura felt in heart. You have one remedy which is very, very prominent.
Bufo.
It's a heart remedy. Bufo, it is different. Where will Bufo have aura? Genital. Single remedy. Aura felt in genitalia. Some sensation, something is happening in the genitalia, and then he throws out a conversion. Single remedy is Bufo. So the idea here is, tomorrow when you get a case of conversions, just make sure if it is with aura or if it is without aura. If it is with aura, then you have lot of sub-rubrics in your repertoire. You can ask them what exactly happens. Fine. And I have given you few examples here. Aura felt in heart. Aura felt in genitalia. Aura felt in genitalia is Bufo. Aura felt in heart. Very, very prominent in a remedy, that is Calcarea ars. Not Calcarea, Calcarea ars. Calcarea ars, of course you also have lachesis, nausea, and sulfur. But Calcarea ars is the top remedy. Okay. Aura felt in knee.
Cuprum.
Cuprum, very good. Cuprum. Single remedy is cuprum, and this is very interesting. And if you have attended my UG class on that particular remedy, you should remember this. Now what is it? Few days or few hours before convulsions, the pupils are dilated. Few hours before convulsions, the pupils are dilated. I knew one remedy, I discovered one remedy because of this class. And that one remedy I know is argentum metricum. And one more remedy I discovered was Bufo. There are only 2 remedies mentioned in their repertoire. Argentum and Bufo. Argentum and Bufo. Okay? Increased appetite. So the mother, the father, or whoever it is, they would have observed the child before throwing a conversion, he feels abnormally hungry. Staph is mainly during before fever, but here it is convulsions. So Calcarea carp and Hyoscyamus, 2 remedies, Calcarea and Hyoscyamus. Okay. Fine. I'll go to the next one. Now, sadness before convulsions. Okay. Again, there are some 3 remedies. Artemisia vulgaris and syncope. Yeah, see, what is the problem is, sadness you are thinking of natrum, but here it is before convulsions. Aura is sadness, okay, and the condition is convulsions. I know natrum is a beautiful remedy for sadness, I don't deny, okay, but Artemisia vulgaris and syncope. Vomiting, you have cuprum and opium. Vomiting, cuprum, opium, and again very interesting that I found in the repertoire was loss of voice. Loss of voice before convulsions. Loss of voice is an indication that I am going to get an attack, and the remedy is Calcarea ars. Okay. Now, what is that aura you have in starfish? Asterias Rubens. I gave you a list of remedies having an aura. Right? Now what is it that you have in starfish? Okay, from your UG knowledge. From your UG knowledge. Okay. Okay. So there's something again very interesting you have here is in starfish there will be twitching or there will be trembling. 3 to 4 days before an epileptic attack, the patient will have twitching of the body or patient will have trembling of the body. And again an intelligent patient, next time when he has this, sir, I'll be getting an epileptic attack. So at least let us make an effort to ask the patient, will you get some kind of indication? Fine. And if you are getting, what is it that you are getting? Because your simillimum can change based on the aura. Okay, fine. So the aura that you have in Asterias Rubens is twitching or trembling 3 to 4 days before convergence. And again a discovery, I knew only of Asterias and this is the trembling I was talking about. There are 2 more remedies, Artemisia vulgaris and argentum. Artemisia vulgaris and argentum. Okay. So the first characteristic symptom we spoke was the side affinity, left side, and the second thing we just spoke was aura, wherein they are twitching or trembling 3 to 4 days before a convulsive attack. Only 2 we spoke till now. We will quickly look at the third, very important. This we already know. We started with this chorea or chorionic movements, okay, which are quiet only if he puts his hands in the pocket. Done? Okay. So chorea quiet only when hands in pocket is Asterias. Yes, Asterias. Okay. The fourth very important thing, again I thought I'd cover the nervous system and then we'll go to the other area. What you have here is, there is an unsteady gait. What is it? The gait is unsteady. You have a situation in Gelsemium. What is the situation in Gelsemium? Related to this. Muscles does not obey the will. What do you understand by this statement? What mainly controls the nervous system? What is it that controls? For example, if I am putting my hand forward, from your physiology a lot of things goes in. The impulse, it goes there, it sends a signal there and then it comes back here, blah blah blah, etc. So unfortunately in Gelsemium or in this particular remedy, that what the command that you are getting, that is not been followed. For example, you want to put your leg forward, fine? The signal can go haywire and you might be going some other direction. Okay. So this is what this statement means. So what is it? Huh? Muscle does not obey the will. Fine? Netra. Okay. Huh? So again, going back to your physiology and applying it. So Asterias Rubens also has this unsteady gait, muscles refuse to obey the will. What we were all shouting from the time we were talking of starfish is coming up now. Now what is this that is coming up is, it is a very important, many books are referred last few days to prepare and many authors have very strongly recommended Asterias Rubens for CA breast. All stalwarts. They talk very high of Asterias in CA breast. And they so confidently tell, I have never got an opportunity to use Asterias in my clinic. So I am talking from the cases that I have read in the Materia Medica. Okay. They say, in which stage? Any idea?
Ulcerative stage.
Even when there are ulcers, that stage Asterias gets indicated. Okay. So cancer of left breast, which we all know, there are pains, acute lancinating pains. The pains are very sharp, as if knife has been cut. Huh? And the stage that you will have to remember is ulcerative stage. So what is that staging we do? See a breast. Huh? So what is it? How is the staging done? Lymph node, tumor node, metastasis. Okay. So if you just go back to your surgery, your stage 1, stage 2, in that again AB, etc., etc. So there, what you have to remember is this remedy can be indicated even when the pathology is that deep that the tumor has gone into ulcers. There you can think of Asterias. But specifically for breast. Specifically for breast. I will be talking in detail in the next class. Okay. And one of your friend was talking about Asterias as a remedy for constipation. So what remedies come to your mind when we talk of constipation? Silicea, Aspergilla, Calcarea, Alumina, good. Alumen, plumbum, opium, platina, very good. Cascaria, fine, yes, it's a rare remedy. When you don't know anything, you can use that. But it has got its own indication. I am not a guy who prescribe rare remedies, but anyway, it is there. Nothing wrong knowing about it. Okay. Now we'll start with Silicea. Few points about Silicea related to constipation. Obstinate constipation. Okay, what is it? Receding stools. Material Medica says receding stools. Stools which comes and goes back. Yeah. Mentally also they are very shy. One author says the shyness you can also see in constipation. The stools are so shy it's not coming out. It just comes and gets in. Okay. And of course the stools are so obstinate that they have to be mechanically removed. Very, I have number of cases in my clinic where I have used Silicea on this particular symptom. Very embarrassing for the patient, but he says, sir, it's so hard, I have to literally remove it. Mechanically I have to remove it. So plenty of remedies, even Calcarea is there, and you can also think of Silicea. Good Silicea. Then Karthik was talking of so many remedies. Alumina. How is it in alumina? Basically, see, as a PG student, why there is paralysis? The rectal muscles, they go into weakness. And see the beauty. You are all talking about stools being soft in alumina. Now as a material student, you can substantiate why these stools are soft in alumina. Fine? Because there is paralysis. The problem is not with stool formation. The problem is with expulsion. Stools are soft, but the expulsing power, force, that gets decreased because the muscles are going into paralysis. Done? So it's straining so much and the patient is disappointed. Sir, I'm straining so much, but stools are soft. That is alumina. How is it in alumina? Okay. Slow. And then one more, alumina is something you will have to remember, or what I have read from a UG knowledge, you will have burning, if I am right. Yes or no? Burning over vertex, very prominent in alumina. Okay. Again, hard stools, obstinate constipation, alumina. And alumina, you also have a few more things. What is it you also have in alumina? Stools adhere to the anus. Soft stools adheres to the anus. The only other remedy is platina. Now, how do you come across this practically in clinic? How do you come across this particular scenario?
The mother will be telling the child won't pass to
Yeah.
but while washing she can.
Yeah, so I had very good, Haripriya is absolutely right. I mean, 27 years of my practice, only once I had this, I don't know, I would have missed.
Sir told this.
Yeah, I told this, but then okay, yeah. So what you'll have to remember is this case where I used alumina. Fine. Child goes to stool, but mother, intelligent mother, observed that there is nothing on the pan. But when she was washing, it was all there on her hand. So it was getting stuck there. Alumina, platina. Fine. 2 remedies. Okay, good. Then any other remedy, like you're talking of selenium. Selenium also has to be removed mechanically. Fine. Selenium also is similar to silicea where they need to be removed mechanically. Naxvomica. How is it in Naxvomica? Ineffectual urging. See the beauty of Nax. Please remember. And if you read Borix Materia Medica, he says no urge is contradictory to Naxvomica. Fine? Says sir, 2 days I don't pass motions. I don't get an urge to pass motions. Then it is not Naxvomica. Naxvomica will have ineffectual urging. Now why will Naxvomica have ineffectual urging? Because there is problems with the paralysis. Peristalsis. There is issues with the peristalsis. The movement, that is not continuous. And that's why they will have ineffectual urging for stools in Naxvomica. Carbolic acid, how is it? Okay, carbolic acid. See, the more rare you tell, I will be into problems. Yeah, very good. This I know, this I can answer. Though it is rare. But lactifluoretum, if you remember, I had given you some 3-4 cases. Shalaka, please look into carbolic acid. Carbolic acid, as I remember, there should be more of diarrhea or with offensive stools. Offensive breath or offensive, there is something offensivity attached. Anyway, she is checking, let her check, we will come back. So what I was trying to tell you is lac defloratum. Now what happens in lac defloratum? Yeah, Brahmana. Even after the most powerful purgative or laxative, he is not able to pass stools. I shared 3 cases. 1 in our IPD and 2 from my clinic. And this is mentioned in Clark. The most powerful purgative will not relieve his constipation. Lac defloratum. Beautiful remedy. Yes, Shalaka.
Constipation with offensive breath?
Yes.
Like scraping.
Okay. So constipation with offensive breath, that is the key. Okay, offensive breath. Okay. Any other remedies? Opium. How is it in opium? Sheep dung. Again, obstinate constipation. Fine. Stools are ball-like sheep dung stools. Chelidonium. Magnesium mure. Sepia. Calicar. There are so many remedies. Fine. Any other remedies for constipation? Plumbum. How is it in plumbum? Again, hard stools, sheep dung. Yeah, intussusception. Intestinal obstruction. Opium, plumbum. They can also vomit fecal matter. Opium, plumbum. Okay. Intestinal obstruction. That is the key word. Any other remedies? And of course, you are talking of cassia. Cascaria. Fine. Okay. You can read that. It's mentioned in Boric. Fine. Syphilinum. Very good. What is the indication in syphilinum? Even after enema. Okay. So if lac defloratum is after a powerful laxative, okay, now Shilpa is contributing a remedy, syphilinum. Even after enema, they don't pass stools. Okay, you can think of syphilinum. Very good, good. Any other remedies? Bryonia. Now, when bryonia? Yeah, we forgot a simple remedy. When there is no urge. See, exact opposite to Naxvomica. Naxvomica is urge. Bryonia is no urge. Bryonia is no urge. Okay, good. So, we'll come back to Asterias Rubens. We'll try to understand what is the kind of constipation, what is the kind of stool you have in Asterias Rubens. So obstinate, ineffectual desire, stools which are hard, round, ball-like, olive. Now what is olive? Huh? You have all this, you eat this in pizza if I am right. Fine? Yeah. Next time, yeah, with due respects to all pizza eaters. So what I was trying to tell you is, only remedy in our materia medica where stools are like olive. I have also given you an image of olive. So that because now at least in India we don't use much. Okay, but anyway, stools hard like popcorn. Sinna. Constipation, stools like popcorn. Fine. So again, tomorrow, in any movies, if you are eating popcorn, with due respect to Sinna, see, not only constipation, you also have diarrhea. Diarrhea again, you have got something very characteristic, watery brown, gushing. Now what is this? It is coming with a force, violent. It is coming out with a force, gushing. Any better remedies? Proton take. Tuja, very good. I don't know who you are told. Tuja, proton take. Fine. Jetropa, if I am right? Gambogia. These are a few rare remedies you have in your materia medica. Fine. Gambogia. Podo arrows, fine. You can have it, but this gushing is more of proton take. This one more, Gambogia she was talking about, Jetropa, and of course Tuja. 4 remedies you should have in your mind. Now this is what I was trying to tell you about olive. This is how they are. Single remedy. Asterias Rubens. Okay? If you are lucky, somebody says, sir, it's not like ball, it's like olive. Fine. Please clock that word and Asterias Rubens. What do they like? I mean, they like more of cold drinks. They like more of highly seasoned food. Fine. They like more of cheese. And the aversion you have in Asterias is meat. Aversion to meat. Aversion to meat, and of course, the desires I was just trying to tell you. One last thing, or this is the last thing. Shalaka was telling us about acne. Disposition to acne or pimples in adolescence. Okay, fine. So disposition to pimples at adolescence. Pimples on side of the nose, chin and mouth. The materia medica also specified where exactly you have pimples in Asterias Rubens. See, puberty there can be a lot of problems, correct? But in Asterias Rubens, the only problem you have during puberty or the indication of Asterias during puberty will be acne. Okay. Other remedies for puberty complaints, pulsatilla, never girls since puberty. Okay, fine. Only pulsatilla. What are the other remedies you can think of? You can also think of ornament.
Halitosis.
Okay. Halitosis during puberty. Single remedy, aurum. And must be when I take aurum in detail. Now we have started with aurum. So when I talk of the characteristic symptoms, I'll also be sharing a case. One case, whole of these years I could get was halitosis in a young girl who had attained menarche. And she beautifully improved with aurum. And the rubric taken was bad odor, okay, from mouth in girls during puberty. Okay, Barretta that can come up. What will happen in Barretta? They can have growth issues. Done. And calcarea, you see that they exact opposite to Barretta. You see that during that period, you see that spike, and you can see a lot of acne in young girls. Okay, acne mainly over forehead is calcarea phos in young girls. Calcarea phos. Okay, so Hope we have done justice. At the end of the session, you are able to list or mention the sphere of action and pathogenesis. 4 areas I told you, sphere of action. What were those areas? One was head, and then we also spoke of head and brain, and we spoke of nervous system, we spoke of female genitalia, and we also spoke of GIT. And JD, we saw that the specific area is the lower bowel, and it causes constipation. And the next area we spoke was the characteristic symptoms. Some 7-8 characteristic symptoms we tried to explore in detail, starting with the side bleeding. Then we spoke of the aura, what happens, and then we also spoke of chorea, better by putting hands in the pocket, and we saw that unsteady gait, muscles refusing to obey the bill. That was one thing, and then we saw GA, we saw constipation, we also saw diarrhea, we saw cancer symptoms, especially the left breast, and the last thing, if I am right, we spoke was acne, mainly during puberty. Okay. So next class what we'll do is, we'll try to take up very little mental symptoms, and we'll also try to club with the particular symptoms, and I'll be focusing mainly on the female, and of course the GA complaints, which we have already taken up. Okay. So any quick questions? All fine? Thank you.